In the afternoon, that is where Kenyatta collapsed in the washroom.
In the washroom?
In the washroom.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, whenever there is a presidential days, at the back, the public works builds a makeshift but elaborate washroom for a head of state.
Yeah.
That is where Mr. Jomo Kenyatta collapsed. I remember that one vividly. When he overstayed, Mahehu, Eliud Muchoki Mahehu, PC, was then the provincial commissioner. They went in to check, together with the ADC, the late Sam Kichamba Macharia. They had to dress him up.
Because he had collapsed completely?
He had collapsed. But then when they lifted him, he came around. And then we had to stop any further engagements with the dancers. And now Kenyatta was asked to say Harambee. And it was the loudest I've ever heard. And what was actually very annoying is that Mzee Jomo Kenyatta was not taken to hospital because it is expected that if a person collapses, you take him to hospital. So Kenyatta was taken back to State House Mombasa.
All the way from Kwale?
All the way from Kwale. And then was put to bed and tucked in. And you know, by that time, Jomo Kenyatta used to be entertained by dancers and choirs and comedians.
Every evening?
Every evening, without fail.
Yeah.
They were cancelled. Is confident. And his brother-in-law, the Minister of State, by the name Bio Koinange. You share the name.
Yes.
He left Mombasa for Nairobi.
That same day?
That same day, that same night, by Kenya Airways. So the question I ask myself up to today, what was that compulsion which was of more urgency and greater than in Jomo Kenyatta's health? That is what happened.
You think they should have done more for him, eh?
They should have done more for him. They should have taken to hospital. Yeah. You know, Pandia Memorial Hospital is just across the road from Mombasa State House. And that is a question which nobody has ever answered.
In 46 years?
Yes, they have never answered. And I believe that it was the Constitution of Kenya which is to blame. Because by that time, the Constitution demanded that nobody should imagine the death of a president.
Correct.
And people took it literally. People took it literally.
They never thought Kenyatta would die?
No. You are not supposed to imagine. You are never allowed to imagine. It was treasonable. Yes. They would string you up if they knew you were thinking about the death of a president.
Yes.
They would string you up.
Even by thinking, even by
thinking, even there were psychologists. And you know, people feared Jomo Kenyatta.
Yes.
Because you know, his book, a seminal work, Facing Mount Kenya. Facing Mount Kenya. Which is in the bookshops up to now.
Yeah.
There is a paragraph where Kenyatta describes himself as a psychologist. And he said even he married his wife, the first one, in 1919, Grace Wahoo.
Yeah.
Yes, by using magic. He has written it. And you know, when Kenyatta was in prison, he was mystified. Even we used to be told that if Kenyatta looks at you like this, you would know what you are thinking. And we were told that his eyes were on the forehead. And you know, he had not gone to school with anybody who was known. Even the rite of passage, nobody knew with whom he went for the rite of passage.
Yes.
So Kenyatta was a mystery. So people thought that if you thought that he would die or would be sick, Kenyatta would know. Yeah. So he was feared. And very few people were educated. Yeah. Very few people were analytical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because being analytical was not even allowed.
So now, 3:30 in the morning, I remember the time because we all woke up to traditional choir singing.
Yes.
And it was so much huzuni across the nation.
Yes, and you see now, his comptroller, the comptroller of State House, who was supposed to look after him, and his physician, Dr. Eric Mungola, they were at Karibamba. Yeah. Drinking until, in fact, Daniel Arap Moi knew about the death of Kenyatta earlier than the comptroller.
And where was Daniel Arap Moi? Was in Nakuru, or where was he?
He was in Nakuru, in Kabarak.
Yes.
Yes. In Kabarak.
And he knew before these people?
Yes, he knew before these people. Even he knew before Mbio Koinange.
Whoa.
Yes, because Mahehu, when he got the message that Kenyatta had died, he got in touch with Moi. Yes, and he told him, Kenya has closed its eyes. And Moi got the message. Moi got the message.
Where were you?
I was in the State House. But by that time, I was staying in a hotel. Called the Mickey's Hotel. In Digo Road, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, so I got a telephone call. There were no mobiles by that time.
No.
So they telephoned the operator because they knew where I was. I was told to report to State House immediately. That was about 4:35 a.m. When I got to the gate, I got the message because I could see from afar an ambulance. And then knowing the condition of Jomo Kenyatta the previous day, I knew the guy was a goner.